time to get down to action in Gmail and start composing. There's only a few things that I want to show you in composing, so this shouldn't take long. But if I hit the compose button over here on the left hand side, this little red thing, you're going to notice that I'm using the new compose feature that actually allows me to have a mini window open right here, but still be able to see all of my emails up here on the left hand side. You can't see my whole window right now, but I'll reveal that to you in a second. But first I want to show you what the old version of the compose message looks like, which you can actually still use at this time, and some of you may still have. So I'm going to show you the old version, then we'll take a look at the new version, and they basically function exactly the same. They just look a little bit different. So I'll go back to this email right here and hit the compose button from this account, and you see that actually it's just a giant window that takes up my whole entire screen pretty much, but it does the same thing. I have the to line, the subject line, I can add a BC, a CC, attach files, all these things. I even have my formatting tools along the top up here where I can add just about everything, including an image, a hyperlink. I can indent things. I have rich text formatting up here, and I can even do spell checking and all of the other things that you would hopefully expect from a good email system. Now, let's take a look at what the new version looks like so you can see what it might function like, because it is a little bit trickier, but realistically, like I said, it does virtually all of the same things. Go back here to my other one, and I'm going to show you how this one functions. Much more compact, but you can actually hit the little buttons up here to either, well, minimize it down so that it gets out of the way, or you can actually increase the size of it, make it sort of like a floating window, similar to what you had before when you were creating or composing in the old version. Let me just do that one more time here. There we go. I lost it for a second before. There we go. So I have a floating window, and if you want to nestle it back down to where it belonged before, you hit that pop in instead of pop out. But you have your to line right here. The CC and the BC are now over here, but when you click on them, they form a new line for you to type in the email of someone. You type in any old email that you'd like, or you can actually click on the to or the CC here and select from your contacts, and your contacts list will open up like this, and you can search for someone and find the people that you want to send to. Otherwise, you start typing, it automatically fills in. Subject line is right here, and your body is right here, and it may look like you don't have all those same formatting tools, but in actuality, if you come down here and hit formatting options, all of your little formatting tools pop up just like before. You have all the same things at your disposal, and you can add an attachment just like you could before, including now you can easily, without having to install something from Labs, you can install or import something straight from your Google Drive. You can import, Google presentation, what have you. You can insert a photo, you can do a hyperlink. One thing you can't do quite yet, but they say it's coming soon, is the inserting emoticons. They just added this wonderful feature that used to have to be a lab as well, but is now standard on everyone's, which is insert an invitation. This is perfectly tied in with your calendaring system, so that if other people are using Google Calendars, when you invite them, you actually see their schedule and you can properly overlap and see how to invite them. And you're going to see that in a lab a little bit later on. And then you can also obviously delete it. But then there's even more options down in the bottom right corner here where you click on this and you can print this off, check for spelling again, and then you can even switch back and forth from plain text mode, or you can add labels to things even before you send off the email, which is extremely nice. This is the spot where you can switch back to that old style compose, which we were just looking at. But for all intents and purposes, it's basically the same composition that it used to be. It's just much smaller. But the neat thing is you can actually be composing this email while checking your inbox, and you can even come over here to the compose button and start a brand new message. So you can have multiple messages going at one time, which is extremely nice. I'm going to kill this one right here though, and I'm even going to get rid of this one, because now I'm going to talk a little bit about, this is the very last thing, about those attachment pieces. I want you to see how easy it is to add an attachment. On my Mac here, I have some images sitting down on my screen right here, right? Or down on my desktop. And if I access those, there's a picture of my son holding an acorn. If I want to take one of those pictures from my desktop, or if I access my Finder on a Mac or my computer on a PC, it all works pretty much the same way. You hit compose, and you have your message sitting here waiting to be sent. But now I can take an image like this, and I can just drag the file and drop it in. You see the little dotted lines that show up here, and you can't see the drop files section. So I'm actually going to move this for 1 second over here like this and drag and drop it again. So now you see it says drag and drop file, or just drop file here. I drop it in, automatically inserts the image in the email, just like that. And it even has it as an attachment if you want to add it as an attachment. So now I can even take, let's say there's an Excel file up here in the corner as well. I'm going to take that Excel file this time, and it says drop files here, and it'll do the same exact thing, only this time it doesn't show up in the body of the text because it's not an image, it's an Excel file, so it shows up as an attachment, which is just genius, and you can even get rid of that attachment however you'd like. So it takes a lot of that searching away if you know exactly where that image is. The drag and drop piece is extremely nice, especially from a Mac. But that's all there is for the compose features within Gmail. I almost forgot to tell you, there is just one more thing that I wanted to show you, and I'm sure that you were hoping and excited that you thought we were done, but I promise this won't take long. When you hit compose, it automatically generates a draft for you, so that if you're typing something up here, like sending an email to yourself like I'm doing right here, then you accidentally close it, or you kill it, or you don't remember to send it, or something happens, you walk away from your desk, computer crashes, whatever, it is automatically saved as a draft. And you can see your drafts over here. I have 4 of them. You can see I had no subject into this one, but if I open this back up, there it is, ready for me to go and send that off again, which is extremely nice. But I can kill any of these drafts anytime that I want, discard those drafts like so, and I can even see all the ones that I've ever sent right here in my sent mail. So within sent, you can see I've only sent 1 from this particular email account, and I did it just for fun. And even those I can star, tag, or delete or move however I want. I can even spam myself if I really wanted to. But that's basically the very last components of composing, is that you can actually see what you've composed, or you can see what you're in the middle of composing but haven't quite finished.